Hello everyone, let's talk about NASDAQ, SPX, and Dow Jones, the highest probability for today. And of course, we're gonna dive in the micro level where we are in a very critical confirmation for higher. We're very close to it with a tiny gap. We are coming back, of course, for it. But before doing this, let's talk here about the 4 hours chart first and see where are we in this price for Nasdaq. So we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, very likely to still be unfolding here in a final move, especially that the price is still ranging in sideways somehow, giving us a some kind of a feeling of a corrective wave is still unfolding. However, this corrective wave is not yet very clear here that if it's gonna be a triangle and then pushing directly toward the upside, or it's going to be an ABC where we're gonna hit the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level and then continuation again toward the upside. Therefore, we are watching here, of course, some probabilities which are very critical only on the micro level, because on the macro level, this is still looking bullish sooner or later. On the 1 hour chart, we can see that the probabilities are still in a potential triangle here, that it can still be unfolding in an A, B, C, D, and an E, and then pushing toward the upside again. This triangle is representing, of course, a wave for a larger wave for, meaning this wave for there we are looking at can be, of course, extending in time for wave E here, where the wave E is still, of course, unfolding after an A, B, C, wave D, sorry, and then wave E. Again, of course, the wave D is still unfolding first, meaning higher prices are possible still for this wave D. In case that it is done over there, well, I doubt it. I think this key level will be taken, which is, of course, our confirmation for higher here in any case scenario, which can be a wave D and then wave E and then pushing toward the upside. It's bullish at the end, but the micro level are the critical one that it might play a lot of psychology up and downs, and of course creation of fears and sentiments. Yeah, so be careful with it. Anyway, another bearish scenario still can be there as an A, B, and a C, as we have explained. You might still be unfolding an ending diagonal for a wave C here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, this wave 4, in case it is a very fast ABC wave 4, the wave 5 might unfold again as another zigzag, hitting the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level, 28K exactly, and then starting, of course, something to push toward the upside after finishing here a wave 4. That means your wave 4 can be unfolding from a new low there and then pushing for higher prices. Again, for the invalidation of the bullish here, of course, it can still be a wave C, but don't forget that you can still push for higher because it can be even the same as a triangle, but this time it can be ABC and then still can push toward the upside in a bullish scenario. Now, the worst case scenario for the bearish is, of course, a deeper correction. And that means that this can be kind of like a W finishing here. But guess what? Even if you are in a W, meaning a large ABC as a W, and then having an X, and then pushing down in a large zigzag for a wave Y, even in this case scenario, you're looking for something for higher at this point from the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level, very likely to happen. And that means your bearish deep correction might unfold exactly from this crossroad again, when having 3 waves up for an X and then pushing for a wave Y downward. So those are the probabilities exactly for NASDAQ. Now, currently, we are watching the confirmation for higher. Once this confirmation for higher becomes taken, like clearly taken, we become here, of course, bullish 50 by 50. Yeah, so 50 by 50 meanings, of course, we might be in a wave D there. Don't forget, of course, a zigzag, or it can be even an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm wondering, how are we going to reach the new all-time high after a potential here 3 waves down without taking the low? That's very annoying to think about it. That's this correction cannot just be finished just like that, unless there is a high probability as well for the ending diagonal, meaning that this 3 waves corrective doesn't belong to the whole correction here, but this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning whether it is a wave D or whether it is a wave 3, both are a zigzag and pushing toward the upside. Now, confirmation for this will be taken over there exactly. And honestly, I'm tending to shift 60% and 40% for the bearish once the 21K 844 is taken. Once we get this, because the confluence is very high, guys, with the triangle wave D or with a larger zigzag wave 3. So the confluence becomes very high for the bullish at this case scenario. But I still need, of course, the 29 because this tends to play as a wave 3 here, 4 and a 5. So we got to be careful with it. Okay. So that's why the probabilities right now are still looking here at, I would say, let's say 50-50 for this. Yeah. 50-50. I would say once we take the confirmation for higher, the bullish get, of course, a 60%, and even the higher we go, the higher the probability becomes. Yep, so this is regarding NASDAQ. We're gonna see also SPX. For SPX, we're gonna take a look also what is going on there. So for SPX, the momentum is even higher for the bullish. Of course, this is not representing the current probability. It's gonna be updated during the analysis when we finish it, guys. So basically, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here is still unfolding, and we're looking at an impulse, and very likely that this ending diagonal is the highest probability for the bullish. I'm still looking for 7K here, $612, 7K 576, which is the most common target here for this wave 3. However, we are looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an impulse unfolding also toward the upside, guys, but be careful because this impulse is becoming also kind of like a short wave 3, wave 4 sideways, and then wave 5. But we gotta be careful. The wave 5 means it cannot reach higher than the wave 3 because the wave 1 is extended, wave 3 is shorter, wave 5 is not allowed to be longer than the wave 3. In that case scenario, we are looking then for a short wave 5 that it can still reach the high. What is important for me is it's simply taking this high here. So I would like to see a new high there. And of course, taking this green zone, which is, of course, a wave 5. 7K 576 is very high probability, even if the diagonal will not be very aggressive, meaning finishing an A, B, and a C here, and then pushing down for the wave 4, and then the wave 5 might be a little bit more aggressive, taking the all-time high here, and of course finishing all the count that we are looking for here to finish a wave 1 as a major wave, and then starting a major correction wave 2. So probabilities are very high here, even higher than NASDAQ. For SPX, I'm talking already here about 60% for the bullish, for NASDAQ 60%, and we're talking about 40% for the bearish. Yeah, so NASDAQ is a little bit less volatile or less in bullish momentum from SPX, and that's why, of course, the probabilities plays a little bit differently here in SPX. For Dow Jones, of course, we still looking for our signal confirmation for higher taken. It doesn't mean that if we are looking for something impulsive downward that we're done and okay, we are trapped. No, not yet, guys. It is an ABC expanding flat for a wave 2, meaning a wave 1 AB and a C wave 2 still unfolding after a large 1-2. I'm still looking for the 1.618, 53K, $708. So I would say, yeah, this correction here is still yet unfinished, and even this move here, it still can be something as double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 again. And guess what? We're gonna have a new key level here even before taking the high. We're gonna know if we are turning into bullish again, which is of course invalidation of the bearish, and that means of course it's a large bull flag if we take this price, guys. 52K 798, meaning the impulse 1, 2, 3, 4 is invalidated once we get this number. Even the probabilities are already high without taking this level yet. So I would say for the bullish, also for Dow Jones, we're already 60% against 40% for the bearish. I'm looking for the 53K $708 at least here, as of course a wave 3 and then wave 4 and a wave 5, and even continuation toward the upside here with another 3, 4, and a 5, the blue count, to finish all your counting there as a major wave 1. 55K is very, very likely to finish this wave 1 with it. That was it for the US stock indices. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.